Hello everyone. I hope you had a great long weekend and took some time to honor our fallen heroes. Today I would like to talk with you about expansion and contraction, specifically how it relates to us as human beings and whether or not we use the contraction piece to avoid uncomfortable situations. First, I just want to give you an example of this. So we often hear about metals expanding and contracting with heat, and heat is really a form of energy. And with human beings, it's typical for us, those of us anyway, who work Monday through Friday to push really hard those days so we don't have to do anything on the weekends or after we leave work. So we push hard, we focus in, we talk to a lot of people, we tackle a lot of work. And then we get to the weekend and we think, oh, we're gonna do all these things, we're gonna go have fun. But what we really want to do, what we long to do, is stop and rest and maybe only hang out with one or two people and not load up the weekend. I often hear at the gym on Fridays people say, I don't have anything scheduled and I'm thrilled. And I can't tell you how many people are jealous of the folks who have those schedules. So what happens when we use contraction though, instead of just to recharge? What if we use it to avoid uncomfortable situations or people or projects that we don't typically enjoy? I want you to think about that, and I want you to be very discerning when you think about how you contract in. And are you using it to avoid people or projects? It's really important, if you find or suspicious that you might be using that contraction to avoid people or projects, it's really important for you to identify exactly why. It's not just enough to say, oh, I don't really care for them, but what specifically don't you care for about them? What makes that project so tough or annoying? I encourage you to write it all down. If you can't be honest with yourself and a piece of paper and a pencil, that's going to spell trouble later on. So be really honest with yourself and come up with the why. So that's the first step, is really identifying specifically why you find this particular situation challenging. The second thing to do is then figure out what's one little thing you can do to use your energy more intentionally, because that's the thing about avoiding. You're really giving away all of your power, and yet you're still using a lot of energy. There aren't a lot of circumstances where we can just blow somebody that we don't like off if we work with them or they report to us. So if we're going to use our energy anyway, why aren't we being intentional about it? So come up with one thing that you can do and is a way of dealing with this uncomfortable situation. So it might be that you're going to just say hi to them every morning, or that's maybe you're going to block some time off for this kind of crummy project you have. You're going to block some time on your calendar and you're going to be like, if I can focus in for just 1 hour on this, then here's something else I can do that I like. So just pick one way you're going to be intentional about how you use your expansion energy. And then just be very mindful of what you're doing when you contract back in. Are you dwelling on it? Are you doing busy work to just kind of avoid dealing with it? There's that word again, avoid. So just to recap, in terms of expansion and contraction, are you contracting in to avoid something uncomfortable? And if that's the case, I want you to really identify why, and then come up with one little thing you can do this week that will help you be more intentional for how you interact with this person or how you tackle that project. I hope you all have a good week, and I will talk with you soon.